Ladies and gentlemen, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And with me now the program, I get Cashbox and Ibrahim and Koita Famulem will be the teluna say we go bring and Satta Lamin now this program. But however, today now Monday, May 30, 2022, and Famulem with me again at the program. I get and Cashbox, Ibrahim, and Koita. And the program today, we get Satta Lamin at the program. We know say in 2018 elections, after when they announced President Bio as the president of the Republic of Sierra Leone, and we see a lot of people them na Kailahun, SLPP supporters, you know, them beat people them, then drape people them, displace people them, then rape woman them. A lot of things them they way woman then go through. So with we now this program, we like for bring people in the program for make them come explain, make them can talk, and I make we name this program we all now one. We give equal opportunity to everybody for make it come and explain the things them where they go wrong now in community or waiting it don't go through as Sierra Leonean. So today now the program we get and Satta Lamin, but we will encourage and we will ask Koita for make he come and bring and introduce and Satta Lamin for we know say now this country we don't go through 11 years brutal war now this country and some of the recommendations them way they begin at the TRC reports, then point at the judiciary, then point at the police. A lot of institutions then they where they point at their institution then they now therefore uphold democracy, but we know they see over the years then their institution and they work democratically and then they work independent. So that's why Satta Lamin not able to get justice today because of their institutions they are so. Where for make sure say Satta Lamin get the justice and definitely then institution then they work in the interest of the president, then they work in the interest of the SLPP supporters, then they work in the interest of the SLPP ministers, but then they work in the interest of Sierra Leoneans them, then they work in the interest of people them. Now this country also where the constitution make them clear as how the police for work, as how the judiciary for work. Today we see Satta Lamin 4 years, 1 month, and not get justice. Nobody no come and ask them waiting they happen. No policeman no come, no civil society no come, no human rights organizations they no come. They just left us so it is suffer. It don't go through a lot. But we tell Allah thank you. We get Satta Lamin today. Now the program. Come on in and introduce Satta Lamin.
Thank you so much, Ibrahim, People's Power. Thank you so much. Hopefully, Cashbox and Ibrahim will join me as soon as this program. We call all one this opportunity for tell Chief Gube. Thank you for letting the help put following a victim. When I know see 4 years down the line, we government change, we all see how the SLP supporters and terrorize the brothers and sisters from the southeast, specifically Kailahun and Kenema. But Kailahun I didn't be the worst because I them burn houses, them rape women, them beat people, them. Satta Lamin one pan the victim. We will explain the story better than all of us. So I don't see 4 years we talk about Satta Lamin. See from we government change, man then go look am, go rape am, not to say na 1 man or 2 man, not to say na willing. And part of the crime the way they hold people, where they sentence people for after the war, rape the part of sexual slavery. For whole woman, the whole and go in the paladuma like say, we not agree. We not say it's difficult, but if we not talk that here, we not expose them government here, we not go spend this better or the better. And Satta Lamin now one person they campaign for. And for me this happen, nobody not care. Today it gets psychologically torture, it get emotional torture. You know the Hebrew worker always say again because you know you don't feel pain. A man in family, all that pain deep in them. So Satta Lamin a victim of campaign for all this year. Then people know everything. The why I did from invoice. And this what they talk. So would they make a match anybody in a woman with the all over the world who are the invoice today? Would they ask everybody, every little support who I get for support this woman, both financially or morally or physically, for like we able to get yourself together? Would they appeal for like everybody here in this state to say now we they talk again? The possible that Satta Lamin did the program they can talk. So Satta Lamin, the platform did to you, be a force, tell the people exactly at the world what happened when APC lose the election in 2018. What happened with you?
Me, Papa, thank you. Kuse everybody. Me na Satta Lamin way 2018 Me, I bet for APC because APC where talk na talk can do, where do anything where they talk, they do. Maybe I see the make Kailahun, I can't radio, I can't declare for APC, I go there. Many people then hate me. 2018 where you vote now, you don't vote. And then say mother be your win. Now me say, okay, mother be your way win, problem not the. To other people then they accept people where they lost they sit down. Who back where we lost they sit down. Again me banga wait I go cook abuela. Self. Where I go now where me? 9 people then come on and your village. 10 man there with the weapon, with the knife, then everything. They say Satta Lamin we can't come for kill you. Because when you go APC, you don't take vote. I say who is waiting? Me, I don't go APC, I don't go for I declare an radio. I go APC. When you wanna say I don't do this, I say to me, I say let's go na let's go investigate. And they say we not agree. Then they say people supported the tender. They buy stuff from we, they buy cooking, they buy everything. They can't drink, they kill you. And let you don't with you you wait yourself come out. I say no problem. If you go there no more, not to show me say me now person where I bet for APC, I go there, I declare. All man not say me declare for go APC. I say what you have supposed fit for do? We not do no more. Then I sit down. Me man, you know me there. Now carpenter, you go man over. Now his small brother, he and children all go together. We been there 11. Now 10 man they can hold me, they undress me, they tell me go, this hold me food, this hold me food. They tell me go. Who said them in there look me picking them there. Come on the way they go to mass bang and they there. Now they lead out with me. They take some they show up. Me name one man name Sama Moda. Now he show in hand beside me in private. He draw me womb. Now me womb begin come also. Now I tell them I say when I don't see, when I don't with me, when I don't pull me now. Una na me young picking there. Now one village them born me and mama there. Una can't lead on with me for APC. Where I declare I not go there for hide that. I say problem not there. When I don't go with me, when I go now, they say when they go. Where we do this? Would they tell you gonna turn back and we go sing pan you? I said, and they know the apple. I said, we left for drag you tell we can we go. Then them that famous, then they set fire pana. That palm I 7 batter they take up. They beat me picking that last thing where last one they take and they show on water. Then they call you blood go away with yourself. I say when I see Sunday for me, when I say when I the worker with me whom we hang so. Now they tell me go, Papa. They tell look for me, they tell me go at that time. Where they tell me go, now people then mama then they sick for me. They say Toro gonna was there and I have the book. They county dog, they county alpha. That's what they tell me. They come out.
Wow.
Now my APC now they say who says Satta Lamin they would have better. Well they accept people then they one time I mean they say now this Papa don't send me picking them all. They sabi hard they were picking it. They be dead. My brother and woman. They all be dead. Then they come out to me now. They tell me go na tongue. They tie up for me like a goat. When they go na tongue, they go tell me mama want die. Then nine people they take count. Then they say that you don't wait and you don't do, not only don't. The body na cutlass standing. What with me? They go and tell me go na tongue. When we come on now, then they say they don't you back. Now honorable start to say, now one you hide na bush. That are the way they go past na bangade. You can't tell honorable, I say people honorable. He say, Satman, I left us, you don't let the kids at our man, and you don't stay. I don't know, sometimes they don't kill her now. Then Satman, I take people, then send them now. Then that time they then go meet me now, they take me, they count me now. Papa can't see me. Who say I sit down now? And Banyawalu is a Kailahun. Me married was. Why can't they, Papa? I know him come on. People then they sing for me. Then they cost me. They cost me, Mama. They said truck don't count. If they told 10 man, truck don't count, so then they call me. Then I come on, I can't have police. I can't report. Now that one policeman been there, they do we away see me. Now I say this woman not able to go outside. Now I take money, medical money, give me a account hospital. I can't put medical. I call and go back. Now I don't create. Now you come out. Now I can't was fast. America, so you know go. Now I take basis America. Now I will go. They say cancel up a Honda police then. So civil society then they say that will go there. As you go there, now the police he act so now I call the time. They say when I come, now they can. They say who that then? Now appointment they have. I saw them. Oh, now right now where they talk so then at that village. They sit down there. Where we go now? Now they say nobody know the come here. Satta Lamin. What he say now they do. I say me now when I born now look at me mama look at who say me I talk down there I can't have for campus. They say no who say I talk this language. They not show. Now that about them sit down. Now that policeman they say they tell us say me that town they tell us say that now. Now that policeman in M Johnson they say you not join society. Why you can't have it there for whole person? You don't join today. Now they make that society there. I not sheko. Anything Papa will talk that's so no more. Now I tell me mama I say only at the go this young another sea road. When they say saving a dog today, I said to my my body. I say only at then they can go for government. APC people that take me. My I can I give money 700 they take me. They go they can me go marketing. Then go do operation for me, Papa. I know they do my business again. Me not small pig. I know they burn me again. They pull me home. Oh, I know they burn me again. I know they do my business again. Where they pass, they people thing up on me. Now, someone and I they for me.
Satta Lamin. Satta Lamin.
For people they beg, I know to me.
Satta Lamin. Satta Lamin. Satta Lamin. Oh my God. Oh my God.
But me not the common up. Me not the common up. Probably day. I know the common the way I talk. Come on for you not time and then you don't you not for that. Anything what is the society game where they put I know they go there. I don't know more for the art. I told them I know. What I know they work for me once on they big art. I know they do my business. We are going near man no more at the fee pens. When I sorry for me, that's why you put me not to be doing. I don't do nothing if you know me be doing. I'll be afraid Kailahun, but not Kailahun. I can't hear me, mama don't. Nobody know that for me. They're telling the APC. Yeah, Papa, when I sorry for me.
Satta Lamin. Satta, tell me, you know, I talk to me. SSF na cry at the crowd as well. Miss SSF. I'm sorry for me. I don't able to hold me tears. I don't able to hold the box. I don't able to hold it. At the first day, we had a talk, at the shed tears because you know we all get sisters there. We all get girl picking them. I cannot hold my tears.
People get under me and they're gonna school there, they provoke them. When they're gonna school there, they provoke them, they say, come on. You, mama, not time I don't have.
Anything for the politics. This is beyond politics. You know, along here, they can see the happen in our country. People they still politicize this. You know, and the worst thing is they cannot comprehend. People don't understand. How would in a nation everything don't be politicized?
Nobody don't talk president, they don't do nothing that police they don't do nothing.
From the Koita, what are the acts from the Koita? Satta Lamin not to in right for let his support any other political party where for support from the Koita and cash box.
Yeah, I mean, we all know the answer to that, people's power. We all know the answer to that. You know, they would say everybody suppose for support the party we feel for support. You know, they will tell you say freedom being at the country. They will tell you say like fight for support whether you want support. Now so they will talk about the book. But does it really work not alone? And Satta Lamin, you talk say then can you go to civil society? Waiting the civil society they do, they talk for you, they call you, they ask you.
And I'm talking for me, Papa. No, civil society where I go, they drive me says, come on, when they drive me where I go 50, they don't talk nothing. If I can see right now, I know they work. Well, let him go any side, they share. But me say, me picking them, before they address me. Then they describe me, that is small picking where a lot of people describe me down.
Oh my God.
But if Papa be down, God,
you know, some people, let me understand this. We explain, we explain in story. The civil societies are not
to be talk.
No, Satta Lamin, if even you talk say that APC you did, nothing no wrong. Nothing no wrong with that.
APC I want.
And the condition is, you know, let me take this out of APC and SLPP. For me, I don't care about that. It's the fact that this woman is civil liberty. You know, she was abused because she exercised a right. She was abused, raped. Again, like we know, in Commonwealth and People's Power, we know how salute talent, how like we culture day. It's like this woman don't see. Imagine that they call sorry, Satta Lamin. For me, they say
they do my business.
You not rock. For me, they call you, they can't want them. Then you picking and they around you. You know, honestly, Commonwealth. This not audio. We just let me play this audio. I don't think it's something I want even able to discuss or talk about it because you know, as you say, we have sisters. We get girl picking them. We you know, imagine it's something that personally I wouldn't be able to discuss. But you know, salon people, this is not the story right in front of us. It is a choice. It is about believing
that what you talk so. We get a whole ministry where they look and after them issues them now this country. Then we get the first lady Anatoma. He say the champion them issues them and all of the things that we get them na parliament where now members of parliament them we get all the woman organization them 50-50 woman this woman that all the woman organization they cash box you and I know not so money that they make what they look for what they want from the woman they are so them vulnerable one they are the woman group they are they set up so not so for the elite cash box.
Absolutely. Now you know because this whole thing about this women empowerment, you know, I see that as my James with the Gogi, the Jubilee Award. I think it's a get woman organization with the run. We get to understand, and the only thing we would tell people and say some of these things, the organizations there, they run them for make the able raise fund, for make like in the eyes of the donor funders them, for make them go able kind of like get money from them and make themselves wealthy. It don't get nothing to do with people. I guarantee you, Comrade and People's Power, as we talk to, your ability you get past 20 civil organizations them where they take money regarding in some of their cases there, but they would not say a single word, they would not help this woman. In fact, like now, it can become a taboo from even somebody help Satta Lamin because Satta Lamin not the SLPP. It's like no civil society. Imagine go to civil society. They're not able to handle it because it don't become a taboo. If any civil society dare for touch Satta Lamin in case that civil society they don't get funding again, they will kind of like make sure say they mass them. Because they don't want to make the thing become legal. The moment civil society will pick up this case, the world will know about it. Like the people, the funders, where they fund the civil society there, go know about this. But they don't want it to become a legal thing. They don't want to make it even tell like I say it happened. They want to make it tell like I said a flying news, so they continue for the make it tell like I said a flying news that people are just to make them up. So this is the reason why the civil society, comrade People's Power, let me go back to the TRC report. The whole reason for the civil society being formed, now because of the recommendation from the TRC report, comrade, you can correct me on that. It is recommendation for the TRC. And which is the Truth and Reconciliation Commission, comrade. It is because we no one go back, let we learn we lessons them from what happened in the past. But these very things them, worst things them that they happen. Sorry, comrade, go on.
As you talk the TRC, the former Mona saw me today, the tear not shed tears and not cry. But why I did Satta Lamin explanation again, we instead talking story. I don't able hold myself up because I put on my sister in position, I put on my mama in position, or my picking position. The TRC come after the war, they say for all the bad things we happen, let people explain.
Yeah.
The meaning of never shall it happen again, meaning not for the woman again at this country, not for do all the things that the judiciary not for do today, or the police. If the police could not arrest people, how many SLPP women they need at the north or at the northwest or western area? If the government change, how many women they not going to rape again? Then they remind me of the war, where they rape women they with impunity. Absolutely. Where the whole court puts one woman, and now they remind me of what they not do. Yeah.
Do you think we need another TRC after this?
We actually need because this TRC it was still managed by this SLPP because at the day that governance will get this truth and reconciliation. So they not expose the honesty, the bad things will happen. The perpetrators will then do the thing, they still do and at the same time they go to Satta Lamin again. This time they rape people like 20 years ago, 30 years ago. So they still get that rape mentality, then do out impunity. And at this 21st century cash box, so okay. To your point, they put Sampa in the vagina part. To your point, they put Sampa for we look at this inhuman act cash box for God's sake. Then the government when they say they come for cash shift, they say new direction. Is this a direction? The woman, the owner, the SLPP, una tell this thing say is the danger for una system. If the government change tomorrow, there's like all human in the SLPP at the north or at the northwest, or let them back on over there. Who's on the head for? Who's on the head? Una for no say this law politics for this discussion. This Satta Lamin woman for God's sake, that people mama, that people sister, that people picking. Now we stand up for one for fight against impunity. Now we don't look this case, it be buffing. The crime committers and a whole member of parliament then at the constituency but puts himself as Satta Lamin if his sister and be raped so. Now they look at this government.
Yeah, comrade, what shall they say? What shall they say, comrade? Comrade, Cashbox. I think a few months ago, we heard about LAJ and that of Asma James of 98.1, where in husband and Bruce James, where they work in State House. Then get one or two fracas where them say LAJ insult Asma James, then begin for Olam, they put on beer bars. Absolutely. You see other civil society organizations, then come, they all begin to talk. The victory mode, they all come, they begin to talk. So what's the difference between Satta Lamin and that of Asma James?
Well, People's Power, there is a vast difference. Vast difference. Let me look at the two differences there. First of all, Asma James, like what you talk so, it's like I said, this civil society, then they work like at the elitism side of things. They go after the elites in the society, the upper echelons. This is where they go. Because when you look at Satta Lamin, then they see and say Satta Lamin not doing that. And it goes back to the point where you made. These civil society, they operate for the one them where they feel say the kind of the Asma James, not only they go give what of the okay. These are some of the things, and the problem where we get that the fact that they only look after their own forget about the elites. These chief sides in all political. Anything for draw this government in nakedness. They need to talk. But let me tell you something, Box. If the police can able to arrest LAJ because he used abusive language to Asma James, because the left now Satta Lamin they rape. That's what somebody kill, when somebody wound. The way do post the lock and the way kill post the left arm. The left 4 years down the line, we cannot have justice. Cashbox, I say the perpetrators of the 1912 atrocity, then they work are free. So it don't be like say that it's a culture to them. Let's commit crime, nothing will happen. Kashi, Saloon, we need to overhaul that entire country.
We not learn anything. The TRC not make any difference as a local life. In fact, it was. If it's asking, if he recommends the police and the judiciary that the main cause of the civil war, we see what happened with the judiciary. The judiciary don't attack the democracy. Our democracy is under attack. This Satta Lamin, our evidence for saying democracy is under attack. The police don't attack democracy by arresting people from the opposition consistently. They detain people, they kill people. This the report they write. They say the police and the judiciary the main cause. There are different causes. They say the main cause of the civil law. That's will not be civil society. Now, if there's no right time back, they put civil society, they put the neck, they put the parliament, they put any other state institution, they put and they. But they identify them to as the main cause, and then to the problem. Police they also rape Satta Lamin, they able to arrest somebody, able for God's sake. So meaning any government can now, any party can have power, they don't pull them for commit crime, go to impunities, and they hold them. Any party can have power.
This is not the danger. These are the danger of lack of institutions. You make the point about the parliamentarian. The parliamentarian within a Satta Lamin area, I want to believe that SLPP person. You know, their mind raised this point in the parliament. And comrade, don't forget about even like the MP within a Satta Lamin area. How about like the likes of Cherry Coco, the Abdul Kano, the AKK, the Ibrahim, all the APC people? Do they not know about this? It's their responsibility as well, even though they're not representing Lamin. But you see, comrade, this is not it. When we get broken institutions, because who that go talk for we? Who side we go? Who side we go? Because all the institutions are very responsible for make Satta Lamin in case sharp. They don't get my talk for that. They don't know that. I'm not saying you didn't do your job. I'm not functioning comrade. Recently, he was like an MP Naya with I think like in the UK, when the police investigate, they find I'm wanting, I think like for rape or so. This is not an MP. Like right now, they even kind of like don't pass judgment on them. This is not an MP in the UK. If it happen, this not imagine, but we your MP, mindset don't get mind to talk about it in the world of parliament. Comrade, we sincerely need another truth and reconciliation in our country. We have to do it. There should be another TRC report about Salon, because this last 4 years, people are bitter. And comrade, the reason why I think we need another TRC, it is because the TRC we get what kind of like use them for make we move forward. The honest TRC, we go kind of like make sure say we come that foot that pedestal where it be say we did it and kind of like rebuild we nation. I see the president they talk to like the minister for like Africa and the Caribbean and all that in the UK. They tell us say to make them come with investment that's alone. What side they will come out with their investment they are? You look at the case of Satta Lamin, you expect somebody to come with an investment in that country there. It's all about the corporate social responsibility. But again, who does go pass on Satta Lamin a message to the world so this government can stop killing people, can stop raping people? Who does go pass on the message? The reason for these institutions, the fourth estate, the journalists, that for make like they're able to report things them were good and bad about this government. Because when it's good, it build the image. When it's bad, it damage the image. So this is the reason why these institutions, they force the government to be good, so the image will be good. But when it happen, comrade, people's power, you get people within the pay, within the government in pocket, for whether they do good thing or bad thing, they always they report them as good. But failing to realize, the world see way beyond waiting in the, because they self not get credibility. Some of these guys, them where they work now in the institutions there, they self not get credibility. Go outside salon because they know how much and messy we want to get. Sorry, people's power, go on.
Yeah, I just want for tell family see, and today and at the program we get Cashbox Nayasu, come with Koita day, and we get Satta Lamin Naya. And Satta Lamin, now the woman this will be run after na Kailahun. After when they announced the results in 2018 elections, when President Biodi win the elections on the 4th of April 2018. They run after him, 10 man, then go follow him, they not only follow him, they do other bad things them to him. So today, we get Satta Lamin. We don't the promise when I say, we go bring people and when are victims in this program and make them come explain for themselves. And Koita and Cashbox, we see one guy rape one and 13 years old picking na Kenema Now, one medical doctor is sexually harassed the pikin. He began for end up for sex the pikin when the pikin not willing at the age of 13 years. And we see inside the first lady go na Kenema, he go defend the guy. He say na allegation. We know say that guy they very connect to the government. The first lady na SSF go na Kenema, he go defend the guy. Say na allegation. Let the pikin no lie for the guy. We see inside another allegation be come on about where they say the President Bio in your uncle himself a rape. We see inside civil rights organization and go defend them. So which means and people that they where they above the law under this SLPP government, and we don't see a lot of people where they don't go through a lot of them things where Satta Lamin they go. Nobody that they come and stand for them. Nobody that they come and team up. You know, Cashbox and
nobody.
Come get Koita. Waiting Satta Lamin don't go through so. This hour so we for don't know now say the perpetrators them for they be embarrassed. But just like waiting Satta Lamin they talk so. They say the one they will rape him, the one they will beat him, the one they will do all the bad things that they right now as I talk to you, come get Koita and Cashbox. Then they right now na Kailahun they pass as free man, just like waiting come get Koita and talk Jishno and talk say the perpetrators they will bring the one at this country, will bring the disaster and calamity in this country, then they work freely na this country. Satta Lamin, that people and they will rape you, they send people and they you sabi there, you know them by their name, you go able for point them if tomorrow justice get for come for you.
Okay, no problem. Right now, they near me. Look there, host, look there, mama there, look there, fambo there, all they are there, where they laugh. Their mama there, now they laugh me, sir.
Oh my God.
Their mama there, she don't be equal there. Now me, come, now me, talk about it. They pick it and they don't with me, then go and provoke me, then they laugh.
Oh my God.
They pick it and she don't, then they go. Wow. Me pikin wey go to school there, say we provoke and then you don't come on at school. You know they go school because they say.
And then they say we see
now boy pikin don't come on.
And get access.
You don't see it like they say you know they go school again.
They no go because
I don't think I say he said that they provoke and you know they go school.
The only thing they have this family is actually, to be very honest, for relocating from that particular city. Because I mean, like that body, I don't go to school. And that stigma. Let me tell you something. Mama Kamari Mama studied the language at prison for alleged or lawful kind of knowledge. See, it happens between now and the age. It is like not just allegation. Satta Lamin, not allegations. We all know what happened to them.
Not to allegation, not to allegation, not to what is
the work free and they say that Mother Bill the support. Mother Bill don't go Kailahun. You know this story. Everybody know this story. The members of parliament of SLPP, when I know they help on a family, when I help on a supporters them. This truth we go talk about today, then will be evidence when I help on a family them. If we see them, then can see they happy. When I don't prosecute people them, when I don't encourage what people
operation medical paper.
A repeat of Satta Lamin come back with government change for not be careful for offended case. Because it is APC supporters I'm sure. That's box. This is a foundation for the poor man in a saloon. Because if government change, then goes okay, they're not represented at the natural below separate people them. We don't know how many people they go rip. So I tell you all man goes to survive so. So if we don't stand up to pull politics and this discussion, this that's for the politics to try for fight against impunity. When I mark it, the people then go for the people and so then go kill them by rape. Because if you tell man, one woman, so Satta Lamin now is strong and emotionally is strong, small. Because if there's some people and they not end their life or they don't die. If there's some people they die, they will be. So for now we look at this, woman, they say 50-50. The same strength I get for fair for la tilopias, the same strength I get for fair to Ibrahim, for fair for Dana Konyamani, una put that same strength on this poor woman here. The same power owner get the same one that they go make meeting, make video for support, fight against the mayor, fight against the Dan and others. We are all doing this fight for justice for Satta Lamin. This is injustice for one, is injustice for all. Justice not for people. We are not be selective in fighting injustice. Lord not be selective in fighting injustice. This is the worst. This one, the worst part with the pull Lana Tilopia's office. This one was part with the pull the mayor office. This one for rape woman, 10 man rape woman, naked, and the owner work out and naked inside inside your toes a born. It became the same nakedness. And for them, pull out to the class. Also are fearful. Let us prioritize them kind here.
Well, it's the contagious effect, like the other side in them where they happen as a result of Satta Lamin being raped. Now in Pekin, they be affected for go to school, and then when they preach, say we want to encourage every Pekin for go to school. Then you make the comments, come here, say if you supposed to don't come on that village, come here, Uda go pull Satta Lamin, Uda responsible for pull Satta Lamin.
Nobody, Papa.
It's supposed to be
nobody.
It's supposed to be the civil society.
They're not
supposed to be
nothing.
like these very people, like they fight the hands of our girls, the welfare departments, the social welfare department. These are the people that by right way supposed to look after this family now, for make sure say they're not to be disenfranchised with their basic needs and their basic rights as human beings. And we know in Africa, and the worst thing that the fact that Satta Lamin, they live with the perpetrators there. It is seeing them the pass in front of in face every day of a life. That is the most dangerous thing. For me, it watch the perpetrators them. And I guarantee you, they make big man panam. Then they see and say, oh, we do something, nothing will happen. They watch them and laugh them back. These are the perpetrators we're talking about. They're going to watch them, they laugh them back. They're going to go once at a time. Come with.
Yes.
Where do we go from this?
Yes.
No, like as much as I don't tell you, see, then they pan nose. What's in the happiness and we pass what's in them going to push for 1991. That's it. This is the naked truth. They will not be say a policy with a rape woman there. We make them go to push. We will not see a political police looking justice like this. So they look at and see another year before they face this woman report. They get medical. They cannot arrest nobody and prosecute her. Who's kind police? Who's kind country also? Which kind of country on this woman no say the rape or all see the policeman they self that they help her first. Why would I feel for arrest? Why would I select for arrest people them? But we don't see where would I don't come mama say in the language of prison even the prison bail. People they commit crime. You know Kailahun so then from when they kill that bobo for that way you go across carpet and so he said but it nobody know there's nobody story close. So they want to say the southeast specifically, then for just kill them brothers and sisters, they rape them, loot them, free for do burn their houses them, nobody arrest.
Yeah.
Who's country around?
No, if they rape and arrest, so if they rape somebody or they offend somebody where they support SLPP, then it will be a case. But as long as it is not somebody within the SLPP, where they are the victim, nothing that happen there. Like come around by like what you talk so kind of like it wasn't kind of like whether in fact I would say be innocent because the courts bail him. They don't even care and go for years now like the man is inside Ibrahim come with. As long as it has nothing to do with SLPP somebody, the victim is not SLPP, the case is safe, comrade. Comrade, for me, I don't know people's power. I know like now you moderate this thing, I don't know, maybe we should try to end it here. And I think we should get Satta Lamin back one day this week because this is a message where I believe say we need for try and faith tooth and nail to make the international community know about this because this woman needs help like emotionally. She's been damaged. Completely damaged. The family don't damage. This now like
the stigma.
Family tick now. Like it don't destroy family. Imagine this in Pekin them. They never come provoke. In fact, they provoke in Pekin now. They grand Pekin them. They will be provoked about the grand. They don't go to history. Down the line.
They don't go to history. Notice Satta Lamin. What's in the last message you want to tell people in the world? What you want them? What in the message you get for the world based on this you experience, this you sad and bitter experience. What in the message you want? What you they cry for that the world which help you, want to help you.
What you are they tell una not to other thing. Una see me show me damage. Me don't now. But what you are they tell una help me picking a where they land. Tomorrow my buy this your history now for me. Forever. They will help me. You don't place where I don't get a me mama old.
Satta Lamin not say so. You don't know donate.
Now I want to tell you una sorry for me as woman. Because now we say then I not able to walk, I not able to walk far go, and then no more na me problem now. Well, I come on a problem that they provoke me picking they no grief for going to school now. who say they Kailahun, where they go small talk, they say, you mama na truck, 10 man, I will be done with her.
Wow.
That's so that they provoke them, boy picking there. I get there now. I don't get nobody. Where you go APC, now they get Famona Kailahun. Me, they sabi me now for AP now. Then they make I know they born again. I know they do my business again. I know able come on again. I did it. Would I help me?
Okay, Satta Lamin, what I want to say, I want to make you know, like, I know it is difficult because of the culture, but I just want to tell you, say, you know, don't hate. You can get help. Trust me, you can come away from this and even stronger. The reason why
you know go be problem.
True. And the reason why you feel this way today now because you don't get help. But if you get help, people and the way they talk to you psychologically, with the doctors, them, professionals, them, where they come and help you. People and they go through them thing in different parts of the world there, but in the pain way. So I understand your pain way you go through, but you know don't it. Trust me, you will be this person we go kind of like champion a cause for women the way they don't rape. And surely
this me case here una push up. They go before.
Sure.
Fine.
Nobody don't take this case here. Where are they back?
That's what I mean by the grace of God.
Nobody don't intervene. Now me no more so.
No, nothing that is in box. You don't tell me say no help for this case. Not to the help, and this they go to every Sierra Leonean. You be you SLPP, you be you APC, you be you NGC. As far as you are Sierra Leonean, this case for be you case. This matter for be you matter. This matter for be you matter because at the end of the day, injustice is fight, and injustice for one is injustice for all. Satta Lamin, Lord take a sister, mama, pikin. Everybody listen to this here. We didn't especially all in the West. Please, Lord, we turn to this woman aid. This woman need help. This is not psychologically torture to begin them. This is they go down history line. It go down memory lane. Casbox People's Power Ibrahim. This I call for every Sierra Leonean. This not get nothing for do with politics. This gets something for do with somebody in dignity for God's sake. Somebody in pride for God's sake. This time people, woman, people, sister, people, people, mama for God's sake. Now we all put yourself saying that something I mean. Honor your sister, honor your mama, what's it for be happy? This fight for the fight is fight for injustice, it's fight against impunity. Now somebody in pride and dignity now the fight for so today. Satta Lamin institution for be a concern for every Sierra Leonean. If you are SLPP, begin Fred say me SLPP woman. If you're not fit for Satta Lamin, tomorrow if government change, then go to pay pass Satta Lamin. And we want this for be an end. We don't get Satta Lamin today. If we hear a story, I believe if you're a human being, if you're not a devil, you go join up for cry. You go say this time you call what fighting for. Ibrahim, he meet to start this program which because I will not say today. But Satta Lamin, if you listen to the story, Ibrahim you shed tears. I cannot hold my tears up till date when they talking about that cry because it's pathetic. For that story, Ibrahim.
You know, I definitely share, understand that story there with Satta Lamin case. Satta Lamin is a clear case of the failures of the government of Sierra Leone and the people of Sierra Leone in the opposition, every citizen of Sierra Leone.
Well, Ibrahim, it's the institution. It's like the whole institution, as you say, the government is all the institutions and come when you make the point. Like Ibrahim, you go kind of like close because we're just there about to close up now.
Okay.
And the fact that the point is like Naya, it's not just Satta Lamin they don't fail. This is a generational issue. Where it be say Satta Lamin picking them in grand picking them in great grand picking them. If they don't get the right help, they all get to feel this pain where their mama, grandma, great grandma don't go through if they don't get the right help. And this woman, Ibrahim, just to make the point, in picking them not to go school anymore. Because you know what him, and I'm sorry for they use this word. You know how they call Satta Lamin now? Now talk. It take it because it carry 10 man them way rape them. So in picking them, they refuse to go to school because of this. Over to you, Ibrahim.
Kashi. So it's the stigma, basically.
We don't do like for 6 minutes, Ibrahim, we can still try for like an hour. But you don't meet you now. Satta Lamin don't explain the story. When you explain the story, then they call and truck like Kailahun. See, in Pekin there, Ibrahim, imagine the stigma in Pekin there refuse to go to school, right? They don't work again because they rape them among who say in Pekin they rank and they rape them.
Yeah.
In your age group there, remember, imagine if picking a rape him. 10 man then the rape him, put some in vagina, dog the hand, remove your womb. For now, you need to get sex. You need to get sex. Ibrahim, the woman then the fed for Lanatilopia, see government not touch him. The woman they paid for like you say, I see the one pull and a smell. The woman they paid for Diana in the Ula, the woman they paid for Pemicle in the school. Let the woman then put this strength, Pantap Satta Lamin. This is a woman dignity, not Satta Lamin no more. This is a dignity for woman, and this is a fight for every woman in the world. Say, we no go sidom, the rape will come into this extent. 10 man they call a truck. They work out and not just rape by Ibrahim, the entire goods, tie rope and work out and naked is a dog in the blade. The policeman they begin take action, but later they say the police know what they know arrest somebody, but Kamarima in jail innocently for an alleged or lawful kind of knowledge. For an alleged, LG was arrested. They say because as my James, the IG they pull warrant of arrest for LG, but nobody was arrested because of the rape Satta Lamin. This is a woman for God's sake. Now all put yourself as Satta Lamin, push yourself, mama, sit down, picking Ibrahim. Go ahead.
Absolutely. You know, comrade, if this means this until for the next 1 month until something is done about Satta Lamin in case, I think say if they're able to do a job and every day, and on top of nothing else, I think say it's worth it, you know, for Satta Lamin for like get public recognition and international recognition. Because look at Umaru Fofana, look at the civil society organizations. They all know about these things. But this case has never gotten the international recognition where it deserves. Let the world know. Umaru Fofana knows about Satta Lamin in rape case. Has he ever reported this at BBC?
But Ibrahim, that's what I said earlier before you joined us, that the moment these organizations report on it, it become like something way credible. And it is credible. But in the government eyes, the moment these people pick up this case, they don't want it to be seen as credible. They just want to make this news, they go like I said, a flying news. This is the problem where we get.
So again, whose responsibility is that? Again, Satta Lamin, why they rape allow go back to the case? Because they support APC in a village. Chief go better there. Chief go better.
Right. Yeah.
So the APC as an institution, now they for team up and put their foot down, say this thing will happen to Satta Lamin. It should never happen again. What's make gonna feel say this guy when we don't go switch go back to now SLBP, maybe they talk for third time. You know, Robin Falley. Thank you, remember the name there. But thank you, Robin Falley. What people have say go back and go down on that tongue, then they go take the Mondo Devil from the woman them. Satta Lamin was the example where they set for make sure say all the woman are afraid. The woman in their own see so that Satta Lamin at the case make them see them panic. They're scared. We make them go kill Robin Falley. The Mondo Devil back say, we don't want to you know. That is the example. So these are the things where the APC and communicate. This is why when I look at this Alfred Peter Conte guy in cases story with the nonsense where he come out for go take up for excise them part of the party totally. These guys should know about these things. This guy don't ever talk about these things. This guy would never stand in the way of the SLBP to talk about Satta Lamin, but he want to take over a whole political party. When people stand up for the political party were violated, Satta Lamin was raped, not only one in Boku, but Satta Lamin is the case that is worse. Alfred Peter Conte has never mentioned a word about Satta Lamin. You know Sabi Sef, you know Yerusef, you don't know about that.
Ibrahim,
waiting for do.
So you see, sorry, you know the point where we can always talk. This guy, and I think now that word you can use say Alfred Peter Conte is a distraction to the APC. Now this kind of like make it puts like 100% credence to which you can always say. Because you know why? Because at the time when the APC as a political party supposed to take up Satta Lamin the case them, and I remember once or so where it gonna the APC political party, I cannot remember. But as a result of like the APC being in court, the Payansanadian gets to deal with the APC case and all that thing, and it was a huge distraction. This is the reason where this guy, when they say, come no, we can't talk peace, he said no. Until the water don't spill now, that the 10 people in the talk say, let we make peace, let we go move ahead. But this guy has been some of the things that when they happen, the happenings and like the people being raped, people like picking in the sleep with hunger. Alfred Peter Conte is responsible because there isn't any credible opposition where they go against this government. And the whole time to make the opposition not credible, the opposition against leg for stand on, it's because they get boku case in a court from one case to the other. This is the point.
Absolutely.
It's the multiplier effect.
It is. And we want to look, and I get for sure that video of Alfred Peter Conte in New Jersey. Matter of fact, when I get that video, in a common video, then when I pull it on a show where deceiving company in New Jersey, party, APC party office, people them, where they tell them, say the case don't they go, with this and that, the live pan there. The case continued in the court. But these are the things which you guys want to talk so. Alfred Peter Conte, that they all caused the distraction. The APC as an executive level for function, for handle this government effectively, because this body in a case with this court with this case no more. Say don't drive them by there. And then you look at Satta Lamin. I want to talk to Satta Lamin. If Satta Lamin didn't listen to this message, Satta Lamin, you're not a hero. I want to say what was done to you. You know, deserve. Satta Lamin, I want you work on it. You're high, you're proud. At the end of the day, we can't fail you. I want you to say the institutions don't fail you. Not so you fail yourself, that they fail you. You are a woman of substance, a woman who believes in something. You stand up saying you want to support a political party and you believe in the political party. For that day, people then come out when are animals, they are dogs, they are pigs, they're not deserve for live another life. They're another day in this life here. So then come out and take advantage of you because you don't for team up for yourself, then rape you. Satta Lamin, you are a woman of substance. You man self will left you. Let you know say the woman will left so that a very strong woman. So the man because
I'm glad you make that point today. Because Satta Lamin, before you join, he say he don't. I just tell and say no. He hasn't finished yet. Carry on that life, please.
Satta Lamin, you're not done. Now your life begins self because you get for be a testament. And this, casual can come record the top people's power and chiefs. These are the things, these are the stories them way with man they kind tear Satta Lamin to us. So to go into I get an institution where the head. Satta Lamin didn't charge. If the APC was a serious political party, you don't get a lot of detractors. And if in the party itself they try for do as much as they could for Satta Lamin, and I know say people they raise money, then get a small thing, but it's not about that small fix. We get a quick fix in Africa, and our problem. We're not consistent. We don't believe in continuity, but some things. Satta Lamin in case is a powerful case where the APC for set aside and let what I don't care what anybody for say for take care of them consistently. They left them out of their sight. Build an organization where they go with raping women them. Like Satta Lamin for be a face. Then tell them how to teach them. If you don't go school fast, if you get some adult education, civic education lessons them. Let them for read and write. Look at Pekin when they be killed and when they shoot the face in Pakistan. Mikela or something like that. This Taliban they are and Pekin and go school.
Yes.
In them day, you see that Pekin. Tell like I said, Marabio almost sit down with them na conference, na the GPE conference. Then go sit down with her at the GPE conference. She's global everywhere. She's known now because what you do, one go school and go shoot her in face. They almost one kill her, but survive. Let alone imagine no repamo. Satta Lamin, she was raped. Then we never forgive Satta Lamin in case an international platform. We never for bring and come to BBC Media in Sierra Leone. They should cover Satta Lamin in case. Omar Fofana knows about these things. Satta Lamin in case they for broadcast them the word for Yeri. Marabio has never said anything. SLBP has never said anything. They say them. They don't get to people. They continue for threatening them. Robin Fali don't go take the Bondo Bush. Wait to do. They see what they pass by Satta Lamin. You take the intelligence. You to pass by Satta Lamin. We know already that for a mistake with you. That's what we do now. Satta Lamin, you're not done. You are pride of Sierra Leone. To God this day, the people know you case. They will stand by you, and we know go see them. And like I tell Satta Lamin, you keep up alive no more. No matter what, no matter how it is. June 25, 2023, we salon the change, we salon the turn. Satta Lamin, you will be at the forefront. When they work out with you, people for see you, people for know your story. Everyone in that country, they for know what they do to you, it not forever happen again. For say any man for take advantage, for go and go rape Pekin or rape this now other different thing. But for get to that point, they go to a political thing. Satta Lamin gets a democratic right. It gets a political right. It's civil liberties. In the IFA to say a woman, she's the MCC country director. She knows about these things here. So in the past, this government is civil liberties, political rights. Satta Lamin was raped in 2018 by Amos Mandema. That it's publicly they see him. This is a human rights violation of the highest order. Civil liberties, political rights. Because you support political party, man like for rape up inside the SLPP, they rape human because.
So in the culture in the country, if anybody pick up this case, as we say, then we say that they sabotage the SLPP party. This is not the culture in our country.
Kashi, if that's what sabotage is, then we sabotage them because we have to bring this case out right on front of the people in the world to know. So me, like I want to tell you, so the SLPP, all the issues, the way they happen, people want to talk about neck and this and that and that. But look at Satta Lamin, what was done to Satta Lamin. Satta Lamin should be a prime example of what we should talk about every day, not forget. Until Satta Lamin get the justice where it deserves.
Ibrahim, firstly, we done the campaign all this while. You know, the law will just stand up. We done the campaign all this while. Any deal with Satta Lamin. But today we get alive. This now we call the victim. The victim in your own voice. We platform always talk say. When they call this victim advocacy network, they form so.
Absolutely.
Yeah. When a real victim advocacy network, because sometimes when somebody explain a story, nine are the best. Ibrahim, what will be the talk? We listen for Satta Lamin today. If you listen to the replay, you go cry. Absolutely, feel the pain because you cannot hold on if you're a human being. And also, like they want to win an animal then because you didn't do so. Animal, they no more look in mama if alarm. They no more look in sister if alarm. Animal no more go dwarf. Somebody who are born at the same side. Yeah. Born, you mama in rank, you mama in party because of politics. You change. This police what they talk today, man. Let's go to the SLPPSF. Look, Punduru, the chap that boy had. Nobody was arrested. To themselves. Imagine now. This is Satta Lamin, just because he go APC, he supports APC. But they not ever nobody in the northwest or the western area because of in the SLPP. Nobody, government never changes that kind of thing. So Kailahun, sports not for free game for supporting other political party. This is called life, Ibrahim, for God's sake. This is called life for God's sake. They not take the secret society, put her inside politics. Where they want to go and say the Pulporo. Where they want to go and say the Pulporo. Where they want to represent the Pulporo. Now so the Pulporo take the count one like that is alone. Now, so then go to give people consistency the count for the problems they want to go can't fit the nation. Then don't go back to that mentality. Ibrahim, that things will get for end that country for that country will go before because get no benefits for Salopole that destruction. We don't want to go against any secret society, but not take secret society for disadvantaged people, kill people, rape people, and thief people, and say that poro.
Absolutely. Comrade,
let's say you police don't go for arrest, so they can't join the society by force. So the police win a crew, so to win out nation or win a team, we know the panel, you say okay, no good, no problem. Then they take advantage of the secret society. Satta Lamin in case it will be cry for every Sierra Leonean, irrespective of the political party or the region or the tribe we come out. Now, woman, we talk about woman dignity, Ibrahim, woman pride. If you know woman, they say for that they say when listen to the man that lie, all woman, they make video for defending political party, and then one that the higher echelon. When I can make same video for Satta Lamin, we want to see the video. As you say, Ibrahim, this platform, if you talk for let it see, I don't we take Satta Lamin in case. We will talk every day until you get the justice. And until you get the help which it deserves, because as at now, it ain't with man, because I don't think you don't get proper medical attention. We forget chance for let you enjoy in nature. Nature now from God, Ibrahim. All these things 4 years down the line, this one will get contact with man. You need to work and go far. If people not left school because of their mama. If I miss them, school, Ibrahim. If I met the corner, they will listen. If they say they call him man truck. They say they call him man, your man at talk, and man they follow you. So this year, I call for a concern, and this if we not put stop on this year, we will see more of Satta Lamin government change. We will see the worst. We government change because then people in the right time to wait. We can represent the wait time for Satta Lamin as an example. See, we government may change. SFP supporter, the APC supporter, then go to so many women. Then na Frito, na Makeni, na Poloko, na Gambia, na Bonani North, na the West. Even na Kailahun, they go to women in the name of government change. They go to the worst. We want to put end to this madness. This is madness. This is unimaginable at the 21st century. For them, they reach the government change, they rape woman. Now in village, the entire group and work out like animal, culture at all. Now this make Brazil and this special court 5 days. All these are part of the crimes against humanity. Now crimes against humanity for God's sake, Ibrahim. Let this say, Lord say, it's injustice for one, it's injustice for all, irrespective of your level with it. Justice not get level if you say up or down. Justice educates everybody. So if you start to Krisumamba, na person no go school ba, the same person I fed for Latinopians, we are not on the strength now, but human dignity. This is about the pride of a woman. If you tell married woman now, each and every woman I know it so, Lord, you know you don't voice them back. Once see more videos them after today.
Absolutely, and I think so. I mean, we should think about helping her to set up an organization. We get for do with ending political sexual violence against women in Sierra Leone. Something along that line. We think of a name. One of the women they would listen to me now. I want to help Satta Lamin, especially within the APC, set up an organization of that nature where Satta Lamin will get a seat at the table because they for being the voice traveling across that country for talk to women, they talk to other people, they talk to Sierra Leone in the world for know and share in case it ever happen again at that country because they can't come recruit and talk so. Waiting and do Satta Lamin, so they will return them back to other women they will support SLPP if the government and people do not take action right now at this particular point in time. That is why you have to stop it in its tracks so people don't go think say it's okay. And people only retaliate. African mindset, they only retaliate when they not get the proper justice when they deserve.
Yes.
When you look at the rebel war way end, it's not because the Truth and Reconciliation Commission they be done properly. When they want for bring the people that come out publicly for them to face the nation, the Inganomans and all of these guys, they not grieve for them bring them come out publicly. They do that South Africa and Rwanda. When people in the camp, they can see you, they see the post you attack you back. Now I make the first it done at inside and because people get the satisfaction. And like Satta Lamin, we need for line up all them about and all them one day they dog then we like we line them all up. The world they see them, people see them, they know see like this. No matter how long it take, we should line them all up publicly. Satta Lamin said the face there, watch them. It win I ain't get the last laugh, Satta Lamin. Now you the last laugh, no worry no more. They say who laughs last, laugh the best. We line them up so they all them team up, they watch they also they all watch you. So you tell them, say them why and them. Now they wait till them do me, they not for do to another woman, they not deserve for live another day. They want in the public execution as well execute them publicly in that country. You know, come Koita catch people. I don't know how they think, but me, how many think it different completely past. So some of them scribes them, found them guilty, and then this point them that the public execution, the world for see, the world for know what they do to that woman. Nobody really can defend them. They're all man silenced PPC front of their eyes. They would never do it again. No bobo, no go look woman again, go touch her. Who's kind of stupidity than they? Because you might support a political party you don't support, you go touch up, you crazy. Who's what's wrong with them?
Yes.
God go bless you, my sister. You know what? You know more. This thing we happen to you, so not to thing where you plan, not to thing where you mean, but to God anything you get justice, man. As long as we did, you get justice. If the APC not give that justice day now, the SFP not give that justice day now, the APC of June 23rd, 2023, when government they change, or even before government change or after government change, will they get that justice day, man? Will they get that justice day? Put your head high. Put your head high. When you walk straight, walk out with your shoulder high. They violated you, but to go to this day, you are a woman of substance.
And Ibrahim, as you say, they keep an eye. I mean, it's difficult in the village setting, but you know, it's about time. Everything, a journey starts with a step. Satta Lamin could be that person where they change the mindset. The victims, they're not supposed for they bow their head, but rather the perpetrators should be bowing their head instead of the victims. So, like, this is the thing we need to start. But again, it goes back to what the president be say. We're going to that village where he's telling and say APC not forget one vote now. So indirectly, the try to tell you say, person vote for APC, do exactly what you want to do with Satta Lamin.
We see the repercussions.
Yes,
for the repercussions. For the money was killed in Kailahun. Then we went to Ponduru and chap let's say political talk. You look what happened at Zambia Bendugu. People say, no, they go attack people because of what it. Well, you know, like I say, or you don't wrong.
Yes, let's leave it here, comrade. I think you kind of like record us.
I want to tell you all plenty. Ibrahim, Koita, and Cashbox. That's of Satta Lamin, Fambulem. Una don't hear this sad story today. We all know we look for a story, but we get for bring the reality to people. Let them know say na so things that they happen. Let them know say na so things that don't happen. Yesterday in 2018, when they announced President Bio as president of this country, we see side and kill people, then beat people, displace people. Satta Lamin in story, everybody know Satta Lamin. We get for the bring people na this program as we promised to say. We go to bring people let them can explain the story. The Leone can get up from the horse's mouth and fambulem ugu lefanaya. Bye bye everybody.